Hi there, I'm Colin and this is the Action Figure Resource video channel. Today we're going to be taking a look at Series 4 of Spider-Man the New Animated Series released by Toy Biz in 1995. Don't forget to subscribe below, click the bell icon to be informed of my future videos and smash that like button. Okay, so without further ado, let's get on with today's video.
ActionFigureResource.com. Yesterday's toys, today's treasures.
Hi, I'm Colin and this is the Action Figure Resource video channel, the place for all your action figure news, reviews, tutorials and guides. I hope you find the information here interesting and informative and that it helps you with your collections. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button below and the bell icon in order to be informed on all my future videos. Okay, now let's get on with today's video. Series 4 of Spider-Man the New Animated Series was a very big hit with fans because it came with new villains and 3 all-new versions of Spider-Man. There were 7 figures in this series. Spider-Man in his black costume with web climbing action. Spider-Man web glider with air assault action. Mysterio with mist squirting action. The Chameleon with transforming identity. The Prowler with extending claws. Venom 2 with a removable symbiotic mask, and Spider-Man Night Shadow with web swinging gear. The first figure we're going to take a look at is the black costumed Spider-Man. This is one of the rare black costume Spider-Mans that Toy Biz made. This figure had a web climber action that was triggered by a mechanism attached to his chest. When you detached the chest piece, there was a long extendable web. This extended out and the figure would roll up the web. The figure had articulation in the neck, shoulders, elbows and knees, as well as kicking leg action. The second figure we're looking at is the Spider-Man web glider figure. This Spider-Man had web wings attached to his outstretched arms, sides and legs with a backpack. When the string on the backpack was pulled, it made the figure look like it was flying. The figure had great articulation, however this was hampered by the wings that were affixed to his arms and legs. The next Spider-Man figure is the Night Shadow Spider-Man. This dark tone Spider-Man came with a web swinging gear where you could make a line and hook for the figure to slide up and down. The articulation on this was the same as most of the others, with neck, shoulders, elbows and knees and a leg kicking action. The sculpting was fairly reasonable and the paint job was quite good. Okay, the next figure is the Chameleon. The Chameleon is also a popular figure, probably because of the extra heads he came with. The Chameleon was an assassin and terrorist who could change to look like other characters, and the ability of head morphing into Spider-Man, Johan Jameson and Venom. He came with the 3 changeable heads with plans to add more in later series. However, at this stage he only came with the 3 and no other heads were later released. The fourth figure we're going to look at is the Prowler. This figure is often referred to as the Wolverine of Spider-Man universe, and quite rightly so. He has Wolverine-style claws and a cape also. The Prowler has pegs on his hands that let his claws shoot up when pressed. The cape can be removed, but the Prowler would be left looking a little weird without it. He had articulation in shoulders, elbows, with bendable knees, and a neck that could turn and kick out action on his legs. The next figure is the Venom 2 figure, which was another very popular one in this line. Venom, aka Eddie Brock, is revamped with an all-new sculpt here, looking fairly bulky but with a detailed paint job. He came with what seems to be a bulletproof symbiote vest also. A cool feature about this Venom figure was that his face was a soft, removable mask that reveals the head of Eddie Brock underneath. His head had good articulation. Also, his legs could kick out and he had bendable knees. There were also joints in his arms. The last figure in this series we're looking at is Mysterio. The Mysterious Mysterio was a great figure in the cartoon series, and this figure has an excellent paint job, with yellow boots, gloves and a purple cape. On his back was a large hole for a plastic canister that could be filled with water. When squeezed, it shot water from tiny holes in his chest to mimic Mysterio's vapors. While Mysterio couldn't turn his domed head, his shoulders, elbows, legs and knees all had articulation. On the secondary market, these figures go for between $10 to $50. The first figure, Spider-Man Black costume, ranges between $10 to $30 mint on the card and around $5 or under loose. Spider-Man Web Glider sells for between $50 to $20 mint on the card and again $5 or under loose. Mysterio is quite a strange one and you need to be careful when looking for this one. I found an example of an AFA 80 graded carded figure that sold for $200. However, ungraded mint on the card figures generally sell for an average of between $20 to $35. The loose figures will sell for anywhere between $5 to $15. So when you're looking for this figure, it's worth shopping around and waiting for a figure to come at the correct price. Next we have Chameleon. Chameleon, mint on the card, surprisingly can go for as high as $100. Again, its average price is between $10 to $30, but I did find a couple of samples when researching this video that went for $100. Loose, he goes for between $5 and a high price of $20. Again, my recommendation is to shop around. Generally, don't pay much more than $20 to $30 mint on the card, and I'd wait for loose ones for around the $5 mark. Next is Prowler. Prowler is between $5 to $25 mint on the card. Now, I found quite a few samples of this figure selling for $5 mint on the card, so it's worthwhile waiting and being patient for a figure to come at around about that price. Loose, again, he seems to hold his price quite well. The cheapest loose one I found was $5, which is rather strange when you think that there's quite a few carded ones selling for the same price. The high price for a loose figure seems to be around the $10 mark. Okay, Venom 2. Venom 2, mint on the card is between $15 and $50. Loose, he's also starts between $5 low end up to $20 high end. Again, shop around for this one. Loose, I wouldn't pay as much as $20. The average seems to be around $10, between $5 to $10. Mint on a card, I would say around $20, $25 would be a reasonable price. Okay, next is the Spider-Man Night Shadow figure. The Spider-Man Night Shadow, mint on a card, low price is around the $8 mark and high price around $30. Loose, it goes for a low price of around $5 and a high price of around $10. This Venom figure was an excellent figure, and I think around the $20 mark would be a good price mint on the card. Please note that the prices are for information only and are not a solicitation to buy the figures at these prices. These prices were true at the time of filming this video in April 2020. When researching my videos, I use eBay, Amazon, and a few other auction sites and retail stores such as Walmart in order to get an average value for the figures. Okay, that's all for today. I hope you enjoyed this video. Don't forget to download your Spider-Man action figure checklist. Subscribe below. Hit the bell icon in order to be informed of all my future videos. And smash that like button. Okay, until next time, take care. Bye for now.
ActionFigureResource.com. Yesterday's toys, today's treasures.